Hello, 5th grade, Mr. Mush here. So, this week we are working on our black and white silhouette patterns, all right? The Zentangle patterns. So I provided examples of patterns below, and this is what we're going to make. And you're going to trace your silhouette. So what I did was I took my iPad, I took a photo of myself, or I got somebody to take a photo of me, and then I zoomed in to make it as big as I could, and then I traced it on my paper right here. All right? So I'm going to show you how to get started, and so that you know what to do. All right? All right, so I can kind of see my silhouette like through my paper. You see that? So I'm going to pretend that's my iPad, and I'm going to trace my figure. I highly recommend you turn your iPad on to the highest level of brightness because that makes it easier to trace. All right, so there's my figure, right? Now I need to break up my page, and I'm just gonna do like, you know, forms like that. I'm just gonna draw lines like that. There you go. And now I gotta fill up all these spaces with different patterns. So I'm going to look at the Zentangle example, and you can look at the examples that other students have done in the past, and you can like look at them, all right, and get an idea of different patterns, all right. So for example, now I'm going to do a checker. Now you can draw with a pencil first and do it with pencil first if you feel confident enough. If you don't feel confident enough, if you don't feel confident enough, you feel like you're going to make a mistake, you know, you can do it with your pencil like this. So here's my checkers. Okay, and then you can take your black crayon, or I would highly recommend a black marker for this project. If you have a black Sharpie at home, a Mr. Sketch like mine, or a Crayola marker, I would definitely recommend marker for this project. All right, and then I'll go over my lines and fill in my checkers like this. Okay, and I'm gonna go over my lines again, and then this one's black over here, shading that in. And if you have the Mr. Sketch markers, they always smell good. But I have to confess, I don't really like the black one. Who in their right mind likes black licorice, right? So I'm just going over my pencils. I'm coloring in my squares. Okay. And then at some point, do not forget to outline your pose. Make sure you do that. Okay, and I'm going to continue coloring here. Okay, this one's black. Now remember, you keep your pose, nothing's going in the pose, okay, because we're using positive and negative space. We're actually, this is the positive space, this is all the negative space. So, okay, and then do the black right there. So that's what you need to do. So I'm not going to bore you with doing my whole thing again. I literally just, I checked out different things and came up with different designs. I thought of scales here. I just did straight lines. I did circles, bow ties, curves going over and over again. I wanted to make this feel like tubes coming down, the checkerboards, little dots, swirlies with lines over top. I wanted to try and do like this cool cubist thing right here, and then simple cross hatches, wavy lines. So come up with your own ideas. It can be as simple as what I did or as complex as some of the examples that I provide for you. All right? So remember, you're either using a black crayon or a black marker for this project. I highly recommend the black marker. Remember, if you want to draw with pencil first to make sure everything looks good, then go over it with your marker. That's fine. But if you want to dive right into it, go for it. All right. So that's what we're doing this week. Hope you have fun with it, and I'll see you next time. Take care.